What's up guys, Mr. SLIN here, and I'm doing a map review for the newbies out there who are new to TF2. I'm going to start this first one with CP Snakewater, and what I'm going to first do, part one of this video is going to be rolling through all the callouts, all the names of the different places on Snakewater, and then part two of this video is going to talk about some of the strategies and some of the standard holding positions. But real briefly, just going to roll through all of these callouts. I know it's going pretty quick. I highly recommend if you're on your phone, go to your computer and look at this video, click watch later and go back and watch it later, and then just click pause and go through each one of these. I'm just going through it really quickly, just that way you have all the names down. And of course, when I'm only doing one half of the map, so if you want to see the other side, of course you have to turn it around and pretend like you're going from the other direction. But that's it right here. That's the last call out. Okay. So now we're going to talk about some standard holding positions on Snakewater. I'm going to take my time on these because I know they're pretty important. These aren't the end-all be-all, but these are some ideas of some holding positions that I think you should, be aware of. Okay, so the best push that the enemy team can do on Snakewater revolves going down the left side, because if they come down the left side out the shutter door, what they're going to do is come down the map, lock you off from your shutter door, and then sort of wrap around to the right side above the point and then lock off these two choke points by the shack. And essentially, by locking off the left side spawn door and locking off the two right side chokes, they've cornered you into this blue area by the truck here. So there's no chance at all that you can defend the point. And as you can see from the blue team's perspective, this is a really hard way to defend the point, especially since it casts so quickly. So every single strategy pretty much revolves around having this setup right here. A trap on the door with your demo man watching it, a sentry gun on the left side to force the Uber, and then the engineer just sitting kind of by spawn getting ready to swap off to scout immediately once the Uber comes off. And so from there, the enemy team can decide to push left or decide to push right. So let's cover the right side push first, sorry. So if they decide they're going to come right, you can see how the trap demo sentry NG thing is still there, but you're going to put the combo on the top right side. So if you think the combo is going to come top right, you put your combo top right as well. Roamer's going to watch underneath to get some extra spam and lock out the enemy flank, but then you also have this sort of an option play, usually a sniper, just to guarantee that you get that force top right. So here's how this is going to look when it actually goes off. You're going to have the combo coming in top right. The blue combo is going to follow the yellow line and kite towards the left, towards the sentry gun. And when the Uber comes off, ideally, if you force the Uber early enough, then you'll be able to kite it towards the sentry and be able to defend the point without Uber. Now, notice how you're using the entire length of the map diagonally to kite the Uber, and that will allow you the most time possible to kite that Uber. Okay, so now we look at the same exact hold, but let's say the enemy combo does the correct thing, which is to push down the left side of the map, which is what you don't want them to do. So when they do that push on you, you're going to want to put your medic above the point, and your flank covers the right side of the map. So notice we still have that same setup, trying to force them as early as possible on the left side shutter door, but this time our combo kind of kites towards the right around the shack, and then after that Uber comes off, they try and block the point as best they can. And now this is pretty much the most ground that you can cover. If you back towards the right side spawn door, you're gonna get locked out. So in this one, you notice how you just have to come around the shack and then come back, and hopefully you'll be able to defend the point. Maybe they'll stack it and you can get lucky. Also, another thing that I like to do is have my medic run towards the top right, towards my roamer scout, and then maybe get a pick on an enemy flank member who's overextended or something over there. So your medic just gonna run towards top right, buff the roamer scout, and you might get a pick, or at least you'll have those players buffed to defend the point when the Uber does come off. So now let's talk about even Ubers. And in this situation, there's no kiting involved. There's no need to run away from the enemy combo. You have Uber, they have Uber, whatever. So they're probably gonna come out of that left side shutter door, put the bulk of your forces on the left side of that map to guarantee a decent Uber when they've popped, and now you can stay close to them and then pop back into them and take down their combo, take down some enemy players that are stragglers, whatever you can find. A lot of teams will like to run a sniper here. Like you'll see I have little asterisks on the right. The scout sniper is an option play, so you can either run a scout and have him peek there and see if they have a sniper, or see if they're doing a sack play, or see where the enemy combo is pushing from, or you can run a sniper to just guarantee an easy force on the top right door or even underneath. A sniper there can work wonders, but also it can work against you if the enemy team decides that they're going to snipe you, because then if you're running sniper versus sniper, the offensive team has the advantage, and you're the defensive team, so running a sniper might not be the best thing for you. But the other thing I want to point out in this setup is that I have the medic hiding on top of the propane tank on the left side wall. That's extremely crucial. There's not that many places where the medic can hide, but that spot is extremely good just because if the sack play, a 3-man or a 4-man sacrifice comes in on you, you can actually just duck into spawn, hide in spawn, and wait it out. Or if there's a sniper, you're basically cutting off all those sniper sight lines by hiding in propane, because he can't hit you from underneath, he can't hit you from the deep right, he can only hit you from drop down or like if the team opens the shutter really quickly and gets you. So that's why it's really important that your team is just on it on that left side, getting buffs and making sure that there's no way they can open the shutter door or peek drop down on your medic when he's hiding in propane. So we've covered up last holds. Let's talk about our second point hold. Again, I have a couple ones set up for this one. The first one is if they have advantage. So if they have Uber and your team does not, I like to put the demo man on the right side where the ammo pack is, underneath cheese, scouting out that right side's saw, and sort of he's got a trap in saw, he's watching his trap, he's got maybe a trap by those stairs on the right side as well, so he's trying to get that force there with the pipes and the sticky action. Pockets close by, building Uber on top of the bridge. Medic is super far back. You don't want to risk your medic dying, because if your medic dies here to their Uber, you're gonna lose last point. And then you have the roamer on the shack, and with the roamer right there, he can shoot lower, he can shoot into window, and he can also bomb the right side. Roamers also like to either sit above the pipe, above the top right side to guarantee that right side force, or you can stand on the train as well. And notice how I said the scouts are wherever. I would buff your scouts and have your scouts roam around the map, so your scouts can run into yard, or they can sit in cheese, or whatever they want to do, sit on top of the fence. That's a pretty common spot as well. They can kind of just do whatever they want. On even Ubers, it's going to be a very similar setup, except this time, again, Demo's on that right side pack. I've also seen Demo Man push all the way up to Saw and even take control of Saw, so that's definitely an option for you as well as a Demo Man. You could even start shooting window or into catwalk. Pocket plays pretty far up there just to guarantee that he gets a decent force first on the enemy combo. Roamer's really going to like that spot on top of Shack because he can grab the health pack behind him. He's got a lot of options there. And then the scouts typically will be sitting on top of the fence watching for a sacrifice play, either out of lower or out of window, to come in, and maybe even right side. But sitting on top of the fence gives you so much power as a scout. A lot of height advantage right on top of the medic, and the medic can just look up and give you those crit heals when you want them. So that's the second point hole. Let's go to the middle. If they have advantage, a lot of medics on this map will tend to sit a little bit too close to the enemy chokes there, and that will actually cause you to get punished when that Uber comes in. And again, if you got control of middle, you want to make sure they use Uber first without your medic getting hurt at all. So I like to put the medic on top of the point and have the pocket soldier sitting about where that box is, halfway. So he can look left, he can look right, and it gives your medic plenty of time to get out of there. So if they're going to do that push lower on the right side of the map, you're going to see it coming a long time ahead of time. And if it comes from the left, your medic's farther enough back to get out there, and your pocket can easily rocket jump out. Demo Man, similar position as well. He can just shoot pipes into lower, or also watch a trap on the left side, or even on catwalk. I think Demo Man with a trap on the catwalk is probably one of the best things you can do. Roamer, you could either sit on the left side where those stairs are, or you can sit on the right side. The left side is nice because you can spam into Saw and get some rockets off there, but the downside is if they do a lower push on you, you're gonna have a hard time transitioning to the right side of the map and getting a bomb off. Whereas if you stand here on the top right roof, you're gonna guarantee that you can get a nice clean sacrifice play no matter where their combo's coming in from. Also, if they come in from lower, you can easily shoot down into lower and get some spam rockets off before you do your sacrifice play. And then again, scouts wherever. I would just again buff your scouts, peek left, peek right, and try and get an eye as to which side their combo is pushing. Okay. Now on even Ubers, it's going to be a different story. I'm going to hold really up close to the chokes and try and get control of the Saw. You don't want to allow their combo to get control of Saw and get control of that health pack. So I would put the Demo in the pocket on that left side, shooting into that choke, medic there to heal them, roamer top right, and then scouts again buffing them and just getting eyes on the enemy combo, kind of scanning out their position. I really like this setup just because, again, you don't want to give them control of Saw right away. Now, if you're going to do this push from 3 to 4, on even Ubers, going Saw is pretty much the only way to go. If you're going to go on advantage, I like to do a slow push through yard, but a left-sided push can work as well. The left side is a lot quicker, the yard is a lot slower. So keep that in mind when you do your pushes. Okay, the next push will be the next hold, sorry, will be the 4th point hold. And again, when they have advantage, don't put your medic close to the choke, so you're going to get yourself into trouble. So I like to set my medic really far back out in yard. You can see Pocket Soldier on the shack, Demo Man right above the stairs, right behind the train, just being able to spam upper or lower, and he's probably watching a trap on the upper door, maybe even on bats. Roamer, I like to keep him underneath watching that lower health pack, that little quarter pack down there in lower lobby, and he can really easily control that choke, and if the push comes above him, he can do a really nice surprise bomb from underneath down there in the pit. And if you're going to do this hold on even Ubers, I would like to put the pocket on the battlements. Typically in really old, like a long time ago, in past seasons, you would see the combo holding in cheese. That's a little bit outdated now that the drop down is not a thing. So now that the drop down has been removed from the game, I like to put the pocket on the battlements. Medic there on the ramp pretty much guarantees that you're not going to get hit by any sniper sight line. Just medic, make sure you don't walk up into the bats, because you might walk into a sniper sight line from a sniper deep left. Demo Man standing on the bridge, Roamer underneath, and scouts wherever as always. So now that we talked about the holds, let's talk about a couple different last pushes that you can use. The first one is pushing off Uber, meaning neither team has Uber and you have a reason to push. Typically, you're going to stack all of your players to one side of the map, but these are just some extra options in terms of, Roamer and Scout should come in anywhere. The extra Roamer, extra Scout should just come in anywhere they can. But if you just want to spread it out, if you got a lot of time to plan it out, or for some reason you're just taking it slow, these are just some ideas I got. I like a Roamer coming out drop down just because you can shoot the right side spawn door and maybe get some rockets onto a sentry gun if they have one there. And the whole goal off Uber is to just overwhelm this left side of the map that's really open. Now that left side, that concrete area has been opened up, you can completely just take over that area, use it to kite all the damage. And then a scout maybe coming in from underneath is an option, or you can just kind of run in top left and then transition down to the ground if you want to. On even Ubers, or if you have full advantage, definitely the best push is to come out of shutter, because the shutter door directly leads you to the right side spawn door. And if you recall, the enemy combo is going to want to hold in the back right on even Ubers. So you want to take your combo directly into their combo by coming out shutter door. If you have full advantage, I would take pocket scout and then follow up with the Demo Man. If you have even Ubers, just take the pocket out shutter door. That should be good enough. And then, Roamer Scout can come in top left, and Roamer can take over the shack if he wants to, or they can come in underneath and then jump to top right and help you out, or jump even the left side and just put pressure on the point. Okay, I know I did a lot of talking, a 10-minute video. This is the first one I've done. I know that it's not the prettiest graphics I've ever made. I did everything with MS Paint. But if you liked the video and you have any suggestions for me, leave something in the comments below. And yeah, thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.